All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And I found this article interesting that I ran across. And this article is pretty short, so this might not be, a very long and drawn out video. But the title says over 100 million Americans expect civil war within 5 years. So within the span of 5 years, which is from now, that would be around 2030. But me personally, I think that something is going to happen, some type of event is going to take place to where this scenario is going to happen a lot earlier than 5 years, but that's just me personally, because I see the things that's going on in the world, as well as over here in America. You got the whole immigrant situation, you got the whole, collapse of the dollar that's going to happen at some point, because then they're going to bring in digital currency. And you have just a lot of different scenarios. You got the whole thing with the election. Something can happen around that time, to send everybody in a civil war. So it's a lot of different scenarios that can play out, and it's a lot of things that's going on, over here in the States, in Babylon, America right now, that could make this scenario happen a lot sooner than 5 years. So like I said, it's just me, in my personal opinion. I don't think it's going to take a full 5 years for this to basically manifest, but we'll see what happens. But it says over 100 million Americans expect civil war within 5 years. And I think this clip right here is from the actual movie Civil War that just came out not too long ago. Which I thought that movie was going to be a lot better. I thought it was going to be more on the lines of like The Purge. I thought they was going to be showing, different scenes of things going on. It was basically, just following the reporters, and trying to get, to the president, to basically, I guess, interview him, on why these things were taking place. I guess, that's what it was about. But I think it would have been better if they did some things on the lines of how the Purge movies was, but, what I'm saying, nevertheless, this movie came out, Civil War, and I think it's just, I think they're showing us what's about to get ready to take place very soon in our everyday life, and I think in this movie they said that it, this started with Texas and California, which I think that, this might have something to do with Texas. If a civil war do take place, I think Texas is going to be one of the states that, this type of event would start off with. But we'll see what takes place, man. We'll see what happens. But it says a stunning new poll shows that more than 100 million Americans, 41% of the nation's population, believe there could be another civil war in America within the next 5 years. And like I said, I think that's going to happen earlier than 5 years, man. I don't think it's going to take till 2030 for this to take place. But it says the Rasmussen reports document on that foreboding expectation was released on Thursday. It said 41% of likely U.S. voters believe the United States is likely to experience a second civil war sometime in the next 5 years, including 16% who consider such a scenario very likely, And most Americans are in the dark about things like this. They don't even consider that a civil war could even take place. A lot of people say, nah, that's not going to happen. And usually those are the people that's in denial. And those are the people that when things like this happen, they won't have no idea what to do because they wasn't expecting it. But this is definitely going to take place because, the scriptures describe an event like this taking place. It doesn't say how it's going to start. It doesn't say when it's going to take place, but it does describe a scenario like this, you know. And it says not even half, 49% say they don't think it's likely. See, these are the people that are in denial. These are the people that are not ready for what's about to get ready to come. And ultimately, these are the ones that, you know, they don't really believe in the Bible, man. Even the people, you know, the other percent of people that think that it's going to take place. You got people of them that don't even believe in the Bible, but they can still see that something on the magnitude of a civil war is about to get ready to take place very soon. You know, you can see the morality of the people. You can see all the frustration on everyone. You know, prices of everything is going up. A lot more people are homeless. You know, a lot of different things are taking place, man. You know, you got riots and protests everywhere. You know, people are fed up. So something is going to happen. And it says, Rasmussen said such discussions got a boost after the new movie Civil War debuted at #1 at the box office last month. 37% of voters believe another civil war is more likely to happen if President Joe Biden wins this year's election. You know, and this is my first time even reading this article. This article, but I already suspected that something possibly could happen with this next election that could, you know, cause a lot more tension over here in Great Babylon, America. You know, so you got people even saying that it might not even be another election. You know, because they got this thing where, you know, if there's like a real bad emergency, that would be able to keep Joe Biden, you know, as president. You know, so something like, I forgot what it's called. It's called something emergency, state of emergency or something like that. But it would be able to keep Joe Biden as president if they decide to, you know, do something like that and declare an emergency. You know, then that would cancel out the election. You know, no matter if people voted or whatever, but, you know, that would keep him as president. So it's so many different things that can play out, but, you know, it's just funny that I was thinking about this next election. Something could happen that can send the U.S. into another civil war. But like I said, we'll see what plays out. And the way people, now if you just look at, let's look at this real quick. Because you got so many people that's banking on Donald Trump to be president, that if Donald Trump doesn't become president, then you're going to have riots, you're going to have protests, you're going to have things that, you know, it's going to get real chaotic. You know, it's going to be a lot of riots, people flipping cars, burning buildings down like they always do. But, you know, this has to do with the well-being of a whole country, a whole nation. So you better believe if these people don't get the president that they want, you know, that it's going to be, you know, some consequences. So it says Christian TV program portrays Trump as America's leader anointed by God to save America. You see, and these people, they believe in that stuff, man. These people really feed into that stuff, that Trump is here to save America, that he's actually going to make America great again. When the scriptures talk about Great Babylon is going to get brought low, you know, and then be destroyed. So there's no bringing back America. You know what I'm saying? But these people, they trust in, you know, this system. They trust in these presidents so much that if these people don't get the person that they want, you know, running America, these people are actually going to have, you know, they really going to cause some chaos, man. You know, and I don't want to read this article. I kind of just wanted to read the title on this because of what it's, I just wanted to show how people have, you know, so much trust in these presidents. And if they don't get the one that they want, then, you know, it's going to be a lot of chaos that's going to follow behind that. You know what I'm saying? So, but, let's see. But it says, while 25% think another civil war is more likely if former President Donald Trump wins. And it says 30% say who wins this year's election will not significantly affect the likelihood of a civil war. Well, we'll see what takes place. And it says Rasmussen reports conducted a survey of 1,105 people, likely voters in the U.S. from April 21st to the 23rd. And it says the margin of sampling error is, I'm not sure what that means, but it says percentage points, and the confidence level is 95%. And it says the divide across America has exploded in the 3 years of Joe Biden's presidency. And it says, while he campaigned on a promise to close the divide and bring Americans together, he's done precisely the opposite, spending wildly on social and environmental programs that are not supported by many Americans, sending billions of dollars to all these other, countries, like Ukraine and Taiwan, sending all this billions of dollars when you got homeless people over here that can't, get out the streets, and so on and so forth. But it says pushing as top ideologies abortion and transgenderism, letting American influence around the globe wane, and constantly attacking Christians and Republicans as possible domestic T-words. And it says the result is an economy that's decimating family budgets with inflation, as well as near daily revelations about his efforts to censor Americans and control what they know. Yeah, because the people that are higher up than the president, the president, when you have a business, you have someone that's like a president, and then you have the actual owner. The president is basically, management, higher management that's below the owner. You have the owner, the one that actually runs everything, and then you have people that's below the owner, like the president, which the president is just higher management. And that's just what the president is, because you have these global elites, that sits at the top of the pyramid, and they give orders down to the president. And what they want is to bring America as well as the world in chaos so that they can bring in their new digital system, so that they can have complete control over the world in general, and they're going to basically have it where everyone is going to have to take a physical device, a physical RFID chip, which the scriptures refer to as the mark of the beast. You won't be able to buy or sell without it, and everybody, great or small, is going to have to take it. This is what they want, and this is what's going to come into play at some point. But they want to crash and then get rid of this current system, get rid of cash, etc., and bring in this new digital system. And this is why they're worried about censorship and all of that, because they want to basically keep people who know this information quiet, and from getting this information spread out to people and getting them aware of what's actually going on behind the scenes, because more people are focused on sports, they're more focused on social media, etc. So this is why they want to quiet people like Alex Jones as well as other people, to keep them from spreading this information, which Alex Jones is just control opposition anyway, what I'm saying? But let's see where I left off at. And it says, a report at the Daily Mail called it a shock survey, and the report noted it comes against a backdrop of mounting violence on U.S. college campuses where pro-Palestine protesters clash with law enforcement, conservatives, and some Jewish students and others. Because you got this whole thing where these pro-Palestine protesters, they're which is all set up because it's been exposed that it was agitators that was causing these protests, just to cause some type of basically chaos, just to cause riots and just to cause, trouble in general, so that these Jewish people, these Jewish people can start passing laws, over here in America to benefit them, so that people won't expose them and talk about them. Because believe it or not, these people are not the true biblical Israelites. They're not bloodline descendants of the true biblical Israelites that's in the Bible like people think they are. They are imposters. The real true bloodline descendants of the Israelites, majority would be Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not these devils that's over there in the land of Israel right now. But to keep people from knowing this information, they want to, play victim, and they pay opposition to cause trouble, and they pay people to make it seem like they hate Jewish people, so that they can be justified on passing laws to get people from talking about them, and get people from, basically exposing them, and that's basically what it comes down to. So they have these pro-Palestine protesters, and they got paid agitators that they pay to cause these protests and get people involved, so they can cause trouble, so that they can pass laws that protects them even more and get people to basically just stop talking about them altogether. You know what I'm saying? But it says, the Rasmussen warned the possibility that America could face another civil war soon is not too far-fetched for a lot of voters. Exactly. And it says, the report noted Louis, I'm not even going to try to say that name, founder of Yes, California, which wants the Golden State's coastal area to break away, warned about a coming conflict. So, this person, a founder of Yes, California, wants California to be basically his own country. They want to be separated from the rest of America. And it says, the coming American Civil War will be fought between the people of this country based on ideology, he told the Republican. And it says, we have two diverging and incompatible sets of values in this country that can no longer coexist. Exactly. And this is exactly what they want, man. They want conflict like this. You got the Republicans and the Democrats, which are basically, like two wings of the same bird, because, they want people to have two opposing forces and two opposing sides, to basically cause division, to cause even more hell, and chaos over here in this country, so they'd be justified on bringing in a new world order, which is this digital system that the World Economic Forum is always talking about, So this is going to take place at some point, man. And like I said, I don't think it's going to take 5 years for this to take place, but we'll see what happens. But, this is 2nd Esdras 15:16, and this is some of the scriptures that talk about, these things taking place when things get out of control. But it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See, they're not going to regard their kings nor princes. People are tired of listening to the bullshit of the presidents. They're tired of listening to these mayors and these other government officials, these, chiefs. People are tired of listening to these people. They're tired of listening to these celebrities, while these celebrities out spending thousands of dollars for a fucking, a party, $75,000 each for the Met Gala party. Then they want to tell you poor people how to conduct yourselves in this world while you're struggling every day to make ends meet. People are getting tired of this shit, man. So this is something that's going to happen where it's going to cause sedition among men. It's going to cause division. And people are going to be, invading one another, breaking in each other's houses, breaking in each other's businesses and shit like that. And they shall not regard, they're not going to listen to, their authority. And it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're going to make their own decisions. These people are going to they're not going to listen to anybody. They're going to make their own decisions, And it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So they're going to have, it's going to get so bad that they're going to have martial law set up. You know, they're going to have bridges and certain roads and shit like that closed off. You know, so it's going to be, it's going to be hard to go from city to city. You know, especially in a vehicle. They're going to have shit blocked off. In a vehicle, definitely not going to be able to do that. And it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You know, so because of the pride of the people, you know, the Lord, he's sending these plagues, he's sending these things that's going to take place, man. He's going to cause civil war to happen, you know, and because of that, all the cities are going to be troubled. You know, houses shall be destroyed. It's going to be a lot of arson, a lot of buildings and shit going to be getting burned down, and men shall be afraid. It's going to be a lot of fear out here. And it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. So they're going to be breaking and entering, you know, in all these different places and taking things that they need, you know, whether that's food, medical supplies, or whatever else. And it says, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's going to be great trouble, you know, over here in this land, Great Babylon, America, very soon. You see? And it's going to be because of lack of bread, because it's going to be famines going on at this time. You know, it's going to be all that lawlessness, you know, great tribulation. You know what I'm saying? Very hard times is coming, you know. So it's going to be civil war times, all these other things like famine. All this shit's going to be taking place, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is not that far-fetched. These things are, you know, basically at the front door. You know, civil war, I don't think, me personally, is going to take 5 years, but we'll see what's going to happen. So with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hope for the elect. Shalom.